Scotty, are you sure this is Owen Troyer from the Alex Jones show? I'm positive, TJ. Hey, he's pretty internet famous. Hey, Jesus Christ, what are we gonna do about this guy? Maybe you can get a hold of Alex Jones through YouTube, TJ. Nah, he got banned from YouTube, remember? Oh yeah. What, TJ? What about Twitter? Maybe you can get a hold of Alex Jones through Twitter. No, I was banned from Twitter, remember? Yeah.
Well then, I suppose we should wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Gabriel. Let's just wait and see what happens. Well, alright then. I'm gonna go smoke. Hey, Gabriel, you got any weed left?
Yes, I have a little bit.
Sweet. Put on some music, would you, Gabriel?
Sure, Paul. After this stupid fucking commercial.
Did you ever wonder how far the universe goes, Gabriel? No, maybe there is no end to the universe. Maybe the known universe that we think of is actually just the size of an atom to a much greater sized creature. Maybe we're just an atom inside of a chair somewhere that a king is sitting on. Somewhere that we'll never have contact with. Perhaps that in and of itself is another dimension, in a way. Did you ever think that could be possible, Gabriel?
Yes, perhaps, Paul. But how can we be sure that the universe that we know of is nothing more than an illusion, Paul? Let's say, for example, scientists were able to program Sonic the Hedgehog to have free will, and he no longer had to collect coins or try and defeat Dr. Robotnik. What if Sonic was allowed to do or build whatever he wanted in the Green Hill Zone, and he had no way of seeing or contacting our universe? Would he ever realize that he's nothing more than a simulation?
That's an interesting thought, Gabriel, but I'm pretty sure I'm real.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there you go now.
Dude.
Oh, man.
We faced an alien crisis.
Help me,
and
Gabriel.
now Paul faces an existential
Why the hell
crisis.
Paul ain't on camera no more?
I don't know, dude. Why don't we look at this shit before we go live?
Because we're lazy.
Yeah, that's right.
We're just lazy. Besides, we're barely on camera for fucking flash fried. So
Yeah, that's true.
it's kind
They
of
don't really they didn't even need this.
Yeah, but it's tradition.
Hey, enough vamping out of you, TJ. People are
Sorry.
complaining about the vamping.
Oh, sorry.
Pessimist Productions. We have
Hey,
a Patreon.
become our patrons.
We have all kinds of shit.
Well, I guess if you're watching this
Purple
live, you
shit.
already are. But
Hey, look at that.
Blue
3,500 patrons now. Look at you guys. Hey, we need to make it 4,000 so we can get a new studio. So
Yeah,
get your asses over there and become a Patreon.
Scotty and Paul are tired of driving out to my country home, so
Yeah,
Help 'em
oh
out.
my God, dude. It's
Dude.
not a country home. You live in the middle of the Kalahari Desert.
TJ, how much fucking money me and Paul spent on fucking gas getting out here, dude?
I don't know. I don't care.
TJ, I think we have to start a gas fund.
Gas fund?
Yeah, dude, directly from your pocket.
I'll give you some gas, you son of a bitch.
All right.
All right, maybe later.
Gross, dude. He just shit his pants again.
I tried to shit my pants. Well, I tried to
Second
fart,
time you shit
but
your pants on the show.
Yeah, I'm shitting my pants on the show all the time. It's just what I do. It's
All
part
right,
of-
enough vamping from you, TJ.
All right. Vamping's over. Begin the show. All right.
Become a
Become a
patron.
patron.
Thanks.
Yay. All right.
Yay, all right.
So there's an article
one away. The leadoff bat is a home run, dude.
Holy shit. This dude, man.
Have you met Mundane Man in person?
Well, not in person.
Me and
Well,
TJ actually met
where
him a
where
couple
did you?
times.
What meetup was he at? 'Cause
He
maybe
actually,
I did.
When before we moved to Seattle, he came and chilled with us at our
Yeah.
Airbnb. I met him at the Portland meetup, and I think he came to our Seattle meetup, didn't he?
Maybe.
If he was at the Seattle meetup, I probably met him, but he is Mundane Matt, so...
Yeah, I told him right to his face, too. I'm like, you really are kind of mundane, dude. And he's like, I know, that's why I call myself that. I'm like, all right. I mean, it's not like when he first started, I thought he was being ironic.
So
the people
that don't know the internet drama, TJ, what's going on with Mundane?
Well,
Dude,
I think Paul would probably be better at the recap than me.
I'll give you a recap. So basically, a bunch of people were doing a stream. Keemstar and the Ralph Retort, all these kind of like
drama
sports
channels.
guys. Yeah, drama guys. And they're doing a stream, and they're talking about Mundane Matt on the stream, something he said or did. And all of a sudden, the stream goes down for hate speech in the middle of the stream. It got pulled right in the middle of the stream. And they all suspect already at this point that Mundane Matt is flagging people, because prior to this, a bunch of channels that uploaded videos that were critical of him or that replayed this moment that you see in the screenshot down there where he's crying when he got his play button.
Yeah.
They mysteriously get flagged for bullying and hate speech and shit, And Matt, always denied it. I don't flag anybody. I'm a free speech advocate. I don't do that. That's just ridiculous. I don't know who's doing it. Whoever's doing it, please stop. I don't care about the videos that are up about me. I don't give a shit. I understand. It's part of it. So anyway, stream goes down halfway through. They decide to go to somebody else's channel and continue the stream. And Mundane Matt hears that they're talking about him and shows up. And he's like, what are you guys talking about? What am I being accused of now? Oh, now I can just take any stream down? And it just starts with the denials already. They grill him for about an hour, during which he swears up and down, swears to God, swears on his mom and his family that he doesn't flag people. He knows nothing about that.
Never would flag a single
So he's
person.
super defensive. Like
Right.
he's going out of his way to defend his
But
reputation.
really, they'd reached a stalemate because at some point, you got to take his word for it, right? And he was very, very clear on, I just don't do it. Like, I know you guys think I do this. You guys don't like me for this reason or that reason. I get it, but I don't flag. I just don't. But some guy found a tool that's been on YouTube for a long time that's just buried in their arcane menus, so you never know where it is. He goes, hey, there's a way to show who you flagged. And I shit you not, Mundane Matt went silent for about 10 minutes.
Damn, dude.
And they were just, all the other people in the call started showing their flags, and all of them had like maybe one or nothing, you know what I mean? And they're like, come on, Matt, screen share, let's go. Well, finally, he screen shares, and it's just pretty much everybody that's ever been a detractor of his. Just every video, just like flag.
of the Mundane
Andy
Matt
Worski,
detractors.
the show he was on right there had flags on it. Another channel that was associated. You know what I mean? He's just a flag master. He's Flag Master Flex.
So not only is it not true that he's not flagging people, but it's the exact opposite.
Dude,
true.
and he
He's
did it on his own
obsessively
account. He didn't have any.
An
like,
obsessive flagger.
doesn't he know what a fucking sock account is? Because you know what he could. If he had a sock account, all he would have done is said, "Sure, guys,
Yeah.
nothing."
I mean, it's just a
He's
series.
just an idiot.
And I mean, his response to it has been to say nothing about it and to just continue to upload
Bethesda's
videos
crazy.
like normal.
Well, he's just done the wrong thing at every turn. Like
Right,
when
like-
that happened on the stream.
I mean, just think
he
about
shoulda-
the compound of these bad decisions. Like, shouldn't have false flagged.
Yeah, of course.
Shouldn't have gone on a show full of antagonists that are probably going
Who are-
to catch you false
Dude,
all
flagging.
of
gunning.
whom, by the way, are all smarter and funnier than he is. I mean, it doesn't take much, but he's walking into a lion's den as a lamb.
Well, here's the thing.
Showing them the fucking
Like you
flag
said-
screen when you know there's a bunch of
Dude,
incriminating
okay,
shit there.
but let's be honest. This is exactly what happened. These guys all got together and like, we're gonna nail this motherfucker now.
Oh, I have a feeling
And-
that is exactly
And so
what
then,
happened.
so then after they get him talking, get him like, yeah. Oh, I guess we're just this.
They
You're
got
saying
all
you're
his
not-
denials for an hour.
Yeah,
They
and
let
then
him
guess
dig
what?
his own grave, and then they
Hey,
dropped the A-bomb on
By
him.
the way, we know how to look at your flags, bitch.
Yep,
Want to
show
show
it.
us?
Yeah.
And Paul said it took him like 10 minutes. He was like fumbling. How do I get there?
He's like, I'm reading the article you sent. He said, I didn't send you an article. I sent you a direct link to the tool. If you're logged in, it'll take you right to the page we're talking about. Just screen share it. Well, I'm just reading through the information here. And just give me a second.
Yeah, I mean, like, just
It was just so
total
naked.
ineptitude. And then after it all, doesn't even like try to address it in any substantive way. Just
He starts with the excuses. He's like, before I show you guys this, I want to say something. And they're like, oh, God, he's got a bunch of flags. They all knew. But he's like,
Yeah.
listen, hear me out, okay, guys? Now, I can get angry. And I've been in a very dark place, the last 6 or 8 months. I've been a very hard thing for me, and I can do some stupid things when I'm angry. And then he shows them. They all blow up because, of course, it's everything that they've been accusing him of is right there in front of them.
It's all of them too,
and it's all of them. It's and he only showed the first page of it. There were pages,
pages upon pages,
and he wouldn't scroll.
flags.
So it's just like they know that it's just filled to the brim. And instead of him just going, yeah, guys, I got some things to think about. It's a really bad thing that I've done here. It's shitty. I feel like a total horse's ass, and I'm going to take some time off and think about this and, whatever. That's the best landing he could have had out of this. He stayed around for a further almost hour, like 45 minutes to an hour, while they roasted him like a suckling pig over the flames of their intellect. At one point, Mr. Medicare goes, Matt, I want you to say, I'm a soy-filled bitch who flagged your videos, and I'm sorry. And Matt goes, well, all right, I'm sorry for flagging your videos, okay? I'm sorry. He said, no, that's not what I said, Matt Jarbo. I said, say I'm a soy-filled bitch who flags videos, and I'm sorry. And he goes, I'm a soy-filled bitch who flags videos, and I'm sorry. He's just giving them material. That's going to be a drop on their show forever.
Why wouldn't it be, dude?
People are going to hammer it. I'm a soy-filled bitch. He's such an idiot. And then, on top of that, so he gives them an hour more of his pitiful fucking roasting. And then he just goes back onto his channel the next day and he's like, so guys, did you hear about Bethesda sending the wrong game to a bunch of people that pre-ordered? Oh, what a controversy. Doesn't mention it. Just thinks he's going to go on being a personality. It's over for him. I was trying to think. Let's say this happened to me. Let's say I was a total soy bitch lactating hypocrite that flags people and I got caught with my dick in my hand, right?
Yeah.
How would I try and make a landing out of this? What would you do, TJ? Let's say you're a soy-filled bitch hypocrite
right.
that has a flag list as long as a donkey's dick.
A scroll.
It's probably true, but hey, just for the sake of the audience, pretend.
You gotta fucking. The only thing you could do at that point, in my opinion, is the AIU tactic of just be the villain. Just be like, yeah, I flagged all those fucking pieces of shit, and I don't care.
Right.
I'm glad they're fucking gone,
that angle probably wouldn't work, but you're right. It'd be better than ignoring it.
Well, if you can actually slip into that villain role and just get it to where you're the person people love to hate.
Well, how can anyone...
You could make that work on some level.
He betrayed the trust of his audience.
Mundane Matt doesn't have that.
Well, he categorically lied about doing something. Instead of saying, you know what, I do flag people, and being honest, he lied. He's a total fucking hypocrite.
He lied because he thought there was no way they could ever prove it unless they got access to his account.
And then he got fucking busted with it.
And he got busted with it. It took him 10 minutes to realize his YouTube career was over. And then he stupidly, I think... See, here's what I would have done if I was in his position. Let's say I'm a lactating, soy-filled hypocrite.
You should never engage them. That's number one.
When Mr. Medicare or whoever it was demanded that he show that, I'd be like, fuck you. Who are you? I'm not going to show you shit. I was like, I didn't do this, and I ain't going to show you my papers, Herr Commandant. Fuck you. You don't just get to tell me what I have to show you on my account. I ain't asking you to show me shit. I came in here to answer the fucking allegations. You can take my word or not. I don't give a fuck about that, but I ain't got to show you fuck all. And that'd have been it. And then they'd had to take me at my word, and they'd all said, oh, it's because you don't want to do it. But then it would all been speculation. He's too dumb. So even if I'd been dumb enough to show the shit, how do you find a soft landing? The only way I see that's a halfway guaranteed way out of it is the ultimate self-deprecation angle. The next video he made should have been, hey, it's me, Matt Jarbo, the soy-filled, lactating, soy boy fucking false flagging bitch boy here. Yep, that's me. And look, I could sit here and make excuses about it all day, but it's really just because I'm a weak person who... likes to act out behind the scenes and pretend I'm something I'm not. And I'm working on that, but...
Didn't he also try to hide behind mental illness?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was like, I've been suicidal.
Yeah. He was like, when a lot of these flags were going on, I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be frank. I was thinking about ending it all.
Mundane Frank.
Yeah. And it's just like, fuck you for using mental illness as an excuse for this shitty behavior. You know what, dude? I've got all the things he was talking about. Suicidal ideation, depression, anxiety, all the shit he was bitching about. You know what I don't spend my time doing when my brain is racked with that?
Time to flag all my
detractors.
Let's
get on YouTube and flag everybody that said something mean about me. What a fucking dumb excuse for being like the real problem is not his mental illness. He's a bitch. He's a bitch boy.
Is. I mean, me and Judy had hung out with him, and he seemed like an all right guy.
He was always super nice. I mean,
nice guy, but
it's lucky that you guys never said anything bad about him up until this point, because he probably would have flagged it.
Yeah, maybe so. I
probably
don't know.
flagged this.
I hope not.
I hope he doesn't flag.
I mean, why wouldn't he?
I mean, I guess
why
he
stop
might.
here?
Yeah, why stop now?
I guess he might. I guess we know who was flagging it then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If anything happens to this, we know whose name to append to it.
Oh man. But yeah, that totally sucks, dude. Missouri Republican who said Hitler was right wins state house primary.
Right about what though?
Yeah, maybe he was right about vegetarianism.
Yeah, Hitler was a vegetarian. Maybe he was right about vegetarianism.
A Missouri Republican who has made anti-Semitic and other bigoted statements handily won a primary for the state House of Representatives. Steve West, who promotes anti-Semitic conspiracy theories on a radio show. Whoa, what happened?
It reloaded.
It's gay. On a radio show he hosts, if I can get back to it. Defeated 3 other candidates in the bid for the seat representing Clay County. He won with 49.5% of the vote. The second place finisher had 24.4%. Looking back in history, unfortunately, Hitler was right about what was taking place in Germany and who was behind it, West said on. So that's not very ambiguous at all.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much saying the Holocaust was good.
Hitler was right and the Jews are evil. Sorry. He has spoken of Jewish cabals that are harvesting baby parts from Planned Parenthood.
So he's an idiot. He's a total fucking
abuse children and control the Republican Party. West also has a YouTube channel on which he has made homophobic, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, and racist statements, according to the Star. West will face Democratic incumbent John Carpenter. Cool.
Whoa, dude, John Carpenter's running?
Yeah, Ghost of Mars, dude. In November. On Thursday.
They live, dude.
This fucking election's gonna have a great
I think he'd
soundtrack.
probably want to be remembered for Ghost of Mars above all.
No.
Dude, no, they live, dude.
No, he's done some great
You guys
movies.
should fucking
Big
review
Trouble
that
in
one
Little
time. That's an
China,
awful movie.
They Live.
Really, they live only.
Yeah.
The
honestly.
Thing, dude. Didn't he do The Thing?
Yeah.
No, dude. That was all right. But They Live, though.
They Live.
That's a good movie.
The most timely film ever made. Everybody should be forced to watch They Live and then hear a dissertation from a smart person about what They Live actually means.
Cool. I
Yep.
look forward to that.
A lot of Nazis like that one, too.
They're like They Live.
Yeah, because they think it's all about, like...
They think that they're the
the
heroes
Jewish
of the
cabal, dude.
Yeah, they think it's like the Jews.
Right.
Like John Carpenter's trying to wake people up about what the Jews are doing. So it's actually kind of apropos to bring up here. Anyway, reached by the Star, West said his comments were taken out of context.
Of course.
But went on to criticize both Judaism and Islam. Jewish people can be beautiful people, but there's ideologies associated with that I don't agree with, he said. Jews today are a remnant of the tribe of Judah that rejected Christ. Whoa. Yeah, they are. That's true.
Wow, you're going to hang that over modern Jews' heads?
He's going the Mel Gibson route, dude. He's like, look, I mean, who gave up Jesus? Wasn't me. Wasn't a good Christian. It was
Wasn't
the
the
Jews.
Christians.
Goddamn tribe of Judah.
Who asked the Romans to kill Jesus? Huh?
So that's pretty cool that this guy could win a primary.
Goddamn tribe of Judah and their backstabbing ways, man.
Listen, I'm not saying... Look, I was taking out... When I said Hitler was right, and he was right about who was doing what, and he was justified in everything he did, that was taken out of context, you guys.
Totally out of context.
I don't know what they're trying to make me sound like I'm some kind of Hitler supporter or something. I don't know. Man accused of killing girlfriend claims very smart dogs.
Whoa,
would be
dude.
responsible.
Hey, I've seen dogs do some crazy shit. So
Dude, dogs have
let's-
killed their owners before, so
we gotta
maybe
hear
it's
the
possible.
particulars.
This
Maybe
is
it's a really
Florida
smart
man,
dog.
by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Orlando police have arrested a man who they said shot and killed his girlfriend last month in Lake Nona. Tiffany Linquanti died days after being shot on July 21st at her apartment on Randall Park Boulevard in Lake Nona, police said. Orlando police arrested Linquanti's live-in boyfriend, Justin Pruitt, Tuesday in Seminole County. Pruitt faces a charge of second-degree murder. Blah, blah, blah. Investigators said Justin Pruitt tried to make Linquanti's death look like a suicide. He also claimed one of his dogs might have been responsible for the shooting because they are very smart investigators.
Dude, think about this. What if this is fucking true? What if the dog did fucking kill her, dude?
Yeah, dude, justice is blind, and this man is innocent until proven guilty. And if he can mount a dog defense, I'm ready to hear it.
I mean, if he can get a forensic reconstructionist to show me how the dog shot her.
Maybe the dog did it, dude.
Maybe the dog didn't shoot her, but maybe he drove her to do it.
Yeah, dude, the fucking dog was
through subtle psychological manipulation, the dog convinced her to take her own life.
Can we say it didn't happen?
We can't.
I can't.
Not until the trial, not until justice has been served.
I think he's innocent
until
proven guilty,
The fucking
dude.
dog did it, dude.
It's just as plausible as everything I've heard from the prosecution in this case, which is nothing. Nothing, TJ.
Yeah, where's their
I've heard
theory?
what the linchpin of the prosecution is.
Where's their fucking theory?
Oh, this dude's sexist, dude.
Fortnite. Ninja won't play with female gamers. Paul's happy. Tyler Ninja Blevins has revealed that he doesn't play with female gamers out of respect for his wife. The US
dude. There you go. Out of respect for his fucking wife. Because you know what? Look, this dude probably gets hit on all the time doing this shit. He probably doesn't want to fucking be, dishonest.
The gaming world is filled with all these scuttlebutt little booger hangers-on girls that all want a piece of Ninja's pink-haired cock, dude.
Yeah, dude.
They all want a piece, but that girl standing next to him is the only pussy he fucks.
Yep. There you go, man.
What a dumb reason. I wish he would just admit the real reason why he doesn't play with female gamers.
Oh, what are you talking about,
Because he's a competitive gamer, and female gamers, like in every sport, lag behind men by about 20 points.
Yeah.
Whoa, Paul.
I'm sorry. Like, it's not true across the board.
You are a fucking sexist, Paul.
It's not true across the board. There are some female gamers that can compete, but, like, if you look at the finals of any major sport, any major esport.
Because women are not encouraged to
League of Legends.
False.
Fucking Evo with all
Paul,
the fighting games.
Because those women have been excluded and
locked out. There are maybe 5
Paul.
women competing in all of the fighting games.
Yeah, why is that,
Evo.
Paul? Is it because they're not as talented?
No, it's because most women don't play video.
It's because
they grow
women
up
are locked
Barbies,
out of those
not
markets, Paul.
Fucking Super
They're
Mario
sexist
Bros.
like Paul.
So here's why. The U.S. gamer and husband of fellow streamer Jessica J. Ghostly Blevins has suggested that it could lead to rumors regarding him and the women he's playing with. He says the only way to avoid that is not to play with them at all. Ninja is famous for playing Fortnite and is the first Twitch streamer to reach 10 million followers. However, fame has come at a price. He says that he now has to be mindful of who he's playing with. If I have one conversation with one female streamer where we're playing with one another, and even if there's a little hint of flirting, that's going to be taken and going to be put on every single video and be clickbait forever, he told Polygon in an interview.
Dude, you know, like Ninja, this guy here, I think he went to this con one time. He was at ChoCon.
ChoCon, huh?
ChoCon, dude?
Yeah, he was at ChoCon, yeah.
Oh. What is, so go ahead.
Choke on these nuts, TJ.
He was at ChoCon, D's nuts.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Good stuff.
ChoCon.
So he's just doing this. He knows he's under a fucking microscope, dude.
I mean, he's basically scared of being Me Too.
I mean, he has fucking 10 million people following him. That's just
This
bound
guy's
to
got a
happen.
real bad case of the ligma, too. So we can't
my
really
God.
judge what he's doing.
Okay, go ahead, Paul.
What? No.
Ligma,
It's
dude.
a serious thing.
Ligma,
don't
right.
mock ligma.
Don't mock it. Okay.
It's a big deal right now, dude.
What's Ligma, Paul?
Ligma fucking balls, TJ.
I know, right? Okay. I hate you so much, dude.
What the fuck, dude?
What? Oh,
Are you kidding me? Illinois manufacturer moving to Mexico over Trump tariffs. Fucking boycott them. Boycott.
Man, why won't let me close this stupid shit?
Get out of here,
This
Roger
fucking
Stone.
Roger Stone here.
Dumbass download
I
button.
didn't know.
Just pause it.
What a fucking doofus, dude.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, a storage safe manufacturer is reportedly planning to shut down 2 Illinois factories and move to Mexico in response to President Trump's tariffs on Chinese metal imports. Stack On Products will close its 2 Chicago area plants in October and lay off 153 people.
Want to know a company I'll never
Chicago
buy
Tribune.
something from ever in my life? Stack On fucking Products. Fuck you, motherfuckers, dude.
Jesus.
Wow, Scott. I didn't know Scotty was so American.
Dude, I fucking love shit made in America.
Scotty goes through safes, too. So
Dude, I've got
he's
a lot of
big
safes,
safe
dude.
purchaser.
I'll tell you what, though, man. If I find some shit's made in China, I ain't buying that fucking goddamn
Gonna
shit.
get rid of all the stack-on safes that
Oh,
you
dude,
have?
I have 3 Stack On safes, and they're gone, dude.
Gone.
I don't care if they're made in America. You know what? They're moving this shit to goddamn Mexico. Fuck these motherfuckers, dude.
Al Fletcher, Human Resources Director for the manufacturer's Las Vegas-based parent company, told the newspaper that the company decided to relocate the operation to Mexico after Trump announced tariffs on steel and aluminum, as well as other products from China. The operation is really not profitable, Fletcher said. Mr. Trump is part of this.
Fuck you, dude.
Stack-On has operated in Chicago. It's only 2 U.S. plants for 4 decades, according to the Tribune, which added that the company already has factories in Mexico and China. So basically, they're just they were already, all their factories were pretty much already overseas. Trump's tariffs just got them to move like the last 2 remnants of American manufacturing over to Mexico.
Oh.
But it sounds like it was a pretty small operation
you know what?
anyway, with only
I guarantee
153
you this shit
employees.
made in fucking China, Mexico is going to be substandard dog shit, dude.
Did you read that they gave some employees options to relocate? Like, hey, you want to move to shithole Mexico and keep your job over there and
fuck
get paid
off.
in pesos? It's like, fuck you.
Sure.
No.
I'll do it.
Boo.
La cucaracha, la cucaracha.
You're such a good Mexican, TJ.
Child
Put
drowning.
your finger on the pulse of that
I know,
culture.
I do, right?
Oh, damn, Paul, this story
This
is
is what I know about Mexico.
La cucaracha.
La cucaracha.
Burrito, taco,
Taco
guacamole.
burrito.
I am Mexican.
Nacho frito.
Do you know any words in Spanish, TJ?
Yeah, taco.
All right, beyond food. Let's take food out of the equation.
Take food out of the equation. Sombrero.
Sombrero.
Sombrero, dude.
Yeah, we should do a Mexican vocabulary quiz with TJ.
We should, dude.
Well, I don't know.
How do you say cat?
I
TJ?
ain't speak gato.
Oh, you got
Child
El
drowning
gato.
in Germany. That's the cat. Child drowning in
TJ
Germany linked to parents'
Shut up,
phone
TJ.
fixation.
You know what TJ used to go around saying? El gato es parto. You know what that means?
The cat is
The
childbirth.
cat is he thought it meant the cat is fat. He'd go around El gato es parto. It's like, what does this mean?
The
Well,
cat
you know,
is
if you're
fat.
if you're in childbirth, you probably are fat because you got a fucking.
Oh, there you
baby
go.
belly,
But
you
Paul,
know?
Paul, you were talking about this shit just a little while ago. Dude.
Oh, yeah, I was ranting to
Yeah,
the
this
guys
Paul
about
was
this
yammering
shit.
on about phones are bad. New generation's gonna be fucking brainwashed.
Oh, they're already
zombies.
fucked, dude. We're all fucked. Like, all of us spend a profound amount of our lives staring at this stupid bullshit.
What's wrong
and
with
it's
that, though?
Well, because it's designed to keep our attention for longer and longer periods of time and fill our lives with shit that doesn't enrich it in any way. It just extracts from our lives. Like, it's meant to glue your eyes to it and keep you in a dopamine loop for hours on end while you purchase things.
Dopamine Loop would be a good name for a show or a band or a song or something.
Well, I'm copywriting it right now.
Child drowning in Germany linked to parents' phone fixation. It sounds like little Billy's drowning. Should we save him? Nah.
After more than 300 people, so like literally their kids drowned right in front of them because they were looking at a fucking tweet or something.
German lifeguards have issued a warning that a growing number of child drownings this summer are linked to parents' obsession with mobile phones.
Uh-oh.
More than 300 people have drowned in Germany this year, with hardly a day passing during the current heat wave when a swimmer has not died.
A swimmer.
The German Lifeguard Association, the biggest organization of its kind in the world, providing 40,000 volunteer lifeguards at German beaches, lakes, and the coast, has made a direct connection between children getting into difficulty in the water and parents being too busy on their mobile phones to notice. Too few parents and grandparents are heeding the advice. When your children and grandchildren are in the water, put your smartphone away, Achim Weiss
It's kind of
said.
sad, but I feel like people talk about like this nanny state thing, but it's like people are so dumb at this point that you have to spell it out for them. When your young child is swimming in water and could drown and die, you should probably pay attention to what they're doing or not let them do it. And it's like, what?
These movements have already started to spring up, these like unplug movements where people are realizing the huge hole in their life that's been filled by these devices, and they're starting to put them down and shit, and they're finding that they're physically addicted to the act of having a cell phone.
Paul, I just want you to know
Okay?
that someone in the chat which is a $10 patron, has put together a cogent refutation to the things you've been saying.
Whoa.
I just want to put this out there. Yeah, you are wrong about this, Paul. I've heard you say this stuff before, and you are wrong. Wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. I'm sorry.
Paul?
Continue with the story then.
So,
I don't even think-
I'm just
Incorrect,
rambling
Paul.
about nothing.
Paul, it's about the soft landing. I think you better try to take a soft landing right now.
Yeah,
dude.
because you just
So I guess
got
all the
Ponzored.
all the doctors I've been reading and all the studies that
Oh,
are cited
Paul,
and
Paul.
all the devices that are being made for people that suffer from device addiction, all that's just bullshit. So in 20 years, when you turn on the news and instead of hearing about the opioid crisis, you hear about device addiction, are you going to come suck my dick and tell me how fucking right I was?
They better, dude. You know who else talks about this quite a bit is Maynard James Keenan, dude. He's another proponent of like what you're talking about.
Well,
like,
even lyrically he is.
oh yeah, lyrically even, but yeah, but even long before, like even before that latest APC album, I know the song you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like he was talking about that shit. He's like, dude, you know, people are just like way too disconnected. I totally agree. Like I agree with you. Like I'm not sure if there's. I don't know the efficacy of these studies or you know what's been said about it so far, but it seems like it's just a growing problem. Like
I think that-
distraction. Like, dude, how about driving? How many people die because they look at text messages or just
Driving is already profoundly dangerous thing to do without the distraction of text messaging and phones and shit. That just compounds an already horrible, tragic problem in this country, and that's
Yeah.
just one angle of this.
Anytime you're in a car now in any fucking city, you look down and people are supposed to be driving instead of looking out ahead of them. They're like looking at their phone. It's like, do you think this is really a good idea when you can travel 100 feet in a fucking second?
I mean, think about what it's doing to children's brains being sat in front of this shit all day instead of actually being out and playing and learning and talking and learning how to read and shit. They're fucking just sitting in front of their phone. So, I mean, this is going to be a big deal. And it's already a big deal. In 10 years, it's going to be a huge national health crisis.
Weed-killing chemical linked to cancer found in some children's breakfast
you know what's interesting? I
foods.
tweeted about this today because there was a new scientist saying that there's actually not a really solid link between this thing, this chemical, it's like glyphosate, that and actually causing cancer.
Oh.
So this is probably.
Well,
I mean,
you just fucked up the whole story,
Well,
Scotty.
no, I mean, according to what I've looked at, they've had mixed results. It was very high dosage. It was kind of like saccharin. It was like you gave the chimpanzees
You just ruined the story.
massive amounts of saccharin, and then they had.
I
problems
wanted
with
there to
their-
be
with their
cancer-causing
kidneys or liver.
chemicals in children's breakfast cereals, but no.
Well, this is just like, dude, this is just appealing to people that are like wary of chemicals. Like chemicals are all bad. It's like
All these motherfuckers, they're so worried about their kid eating poison breakfast cereal, but they ain't worried about them drowning. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's because this gets a lot of people to click on it because a lot of people now are very wary of chemicals as being bad.
Yeah, well,
Like,
you just
chemicals
denied
are-
me my fucking little dopamine press for my loop there by telling me that doesn't
Yeah,
really
you
cause
knocked him out of a
cancer.
dopamine loop, and he's pissed at you now.
Sorry, dude. Get back in your dopamine.
All right, let me do this one. I'll do it. Jordanian immigrant gets death penalty for Houston honor killings.
Don't agree with it. Should get life in prison.
Ali Mawood Awad Ersan was found guilty of capital murder and fatal shooting of his son-in-law and his daughter's best friend.
Mawood. What a
Mawood.
great name to have in the middle of your name, dude.
Mawood.
What's up, my wood?
Sukan Mawood.
I wonder if you ever parlayed that. Yeah, like some bitch was like, "Hey, man, suck my wood. I'm my wood."
A Jordanian immigrant was sentenced to death on Tuesday after being convicted in what prosecutors described as the honor killings of his daughter's American husband and an Iranian women's rights activist in Texas. Ali Mawood Awad Irsan was found guilty of capital murder last month in the 2012.
Dude, why are we giving this fucking?
2012,
Mawood Awad,
dude.
dude.
Took him a while to
Mawood
fucking get this guy.
Awad, dude.
Mawood Awad.
He's got all the components of a jack-off joke.
He does.
She's just missing the beginning.
This is like the fucking Jordanian equivalent of Jack Mehoff, dude.
Yeah, dude. Mawood Awad, dude.
Mawood Awad. Yeah. So he killed some motherfuckers, and it was an honor killing to like preserve his
He named
family
somebody
honor.
named Beavers? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Yes, he
He
did.
dude.
So Mawood Awad married a woman named Beavers. This gets better and better as
Cody
it goes.
Beavers, dude.
Cody Weber transition and become Cody
Whoa,
Beavers,
dude.
dude.
Oh, that'd
he?
be awesome. And he
Prosecutors
married Ali Mawood Awad
Prosecutors say
Ersan.
the 60-year-old conservative Muslim became enraged after his daughter. What the fuck is her name? Nasreen
Ursan
married
Beavers.
Married Cody Beavers.
Cody Beavers.
A 28-year-old Christian and converted to Christianity. Oh, no. You can't marry trans Cody Weber.
Investigators said
Christianity, dude. You can't do it.
Bagherzadeh had encouraged Nisran Ursan to marry Beavers. Wow.
These fucking names, dude. I have no clue how to say them.
I love them. I love them.
Go ahead, Paul. Read the next paragraph then if you love it. Because that
wait.
Ursan's wife.
Okay, yeah. Ursan's wife, Shmu Al-Rabwadeh, testified at the trial that her husband had tried to clean his honor with the killing. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, dude. It's like, I feel like people like this got plucked out of some tribal hut somewhere and just given an apartment in the middle of a city. Like, who is still doing honor killings and shit?
This dude.
A guy, I mean, like...
In Houston, though?
Yeah, this dude is in Texas. He looks like fucking Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, and he
looks like a Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, when they caught him, when they pulled him out of the hole.
When they pulled him out of the fucking... The
well,
hole
I mean,
in the
his
desert.
program is from a totally different part of the world. I mean, he probably thought, like, hey, this is actually a way to deal with this. And he, like most guys, he probably just spouted off to his other conservative Muslim buddies, like, gotta do this. And they're probably like, yeah, expecting him never to do anything. And he probably just one of the guys that did it.
So maybe I poisoned the well a little bit on this next story, but this is a guy named John Guandolo who says Muslims should be banned from office.
I love that name,
Guano?
Guandolo.
I am
They have a-
Guandolo.
Some
I'm
candidate
John Batshit.
All right, hold on.
running at the local level, and he's running as a conservative Republican. For those of you not aware, this is a common thing that the Islamic movement is doing. Jihadis portray themselves as conservative Republicans. They've been doing it for years, and it gets them into the Republican Party.
I mean, have you looked at the tenets of Islam? They are conservative Republicans.
They claim to be conservative. Take a look.
And they,
it's a
wrap
sleeping
themselves in the
serpent.
flag.
Cool.
And there you have it. We had an organization about 10 years ago that was set up by two brothers and a sister and the mother, and they portrayed themselves as a conservative organization. And in the end, one of the sons ran
They were
for
funding terrorism.
treasurer of Colorado, and he lost. But of course, it
Guandolo.
turned out they were simply suit-wearing jihadis.
Hello.
And I had pointed this
Me
out
llamo
when they created the
Juan
organization.
Guandolo.
And, their website was all red, white, and blue, and it turns out, they're batting for the other team, and they end up switching and becoming a Marxist /
shit,
Democrat.
dude.
They switched
trying to
parties.
fucking
Wouldn't have happened if
infiltrate.
they weren't
They
Jews.
were uncovered for being who they were. This is common. So here's the problem, though, is you have Muslims who we can't directly tie to leadership of known Muslim Brotherhood organizations. We've spoken about these.
Wait. You can't
Karen-
directly tie them to it. So it's like, I have no proof they're a part of it, but I know. I feel it in my bones.
No.
I know, man. I know what these Muslims up to, man.
You know what? This guy would have floated 10 or 15 years ago. Jesus told me.
Jesus.
God
Hey,
done
maybe he's
come
getting
down
to
out
it.
the clouds.
Let's see.
Yeah, maybe he
that
will.
in San Diego running for Congress, who's a Muslim. You've got state and local. We have approximately 200 candidates around the country who are Muslim.
It's almost like
here
they're
is
a
the problem.
they're a growing
Is
minority in
that-
this country.
No.
It's crazy, and they got people representing them in offices. Wow. It's
Weird.
Many of them are denouncing the Muslim Brotherhood, which gets them even more support, especially from people who have a pretty good
But we
understanding
all know they're lying.
of the Islamic threat.
Yeah.
They say, well, maybe here's somebody we can work with. The problem is Islam itself is utterly incompatible with American law and with our founding principles.
if you
of
you know what,
liberty,
dude, I'm willing
because
to go with this
Sharia
guy.
is about slavery.
I'm willing to go with him.
But we are not.
He's right. I agree. Islam is fundamentally incompatible with even application of American law and American civil service. I agree. But so is fucking Christianity. So let's get rid of all of them.
Not really even, I mean, and plus, he's saying that it's incompatible with the foundation of our country, but I just pulled up a copy of the First Amendment here.
Yeah.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof.
Wonder why that was the first
That's
amendment
the first sentence
in the Bill of Rights.
You
in
know
the
what,
fucking.
TJ?
Yeah, it's the first
You say that
sentence of
now.
the first amendment to the Bill of Rights.
But did the founding fathers know about the Islamic threat that Western civilization faces?
No, they
TJ?
didn't. No, they didn't. But
Attacks
if you're a
in-
conservative,
attacks in Paris, attacks in London.
but if you're a conservative,
attacks
you're not
all
allowed
through
to make
Europe.
that argument.
Massive migration, TJ. The globalist agenda is clear.
Conservatives have always been opposed to interpreting the First Amendment through modern lens. They think it should be interpreted as it was written, and in that context only.
A strict interpretation.
Yeah,
TJ.
that's what they call it. That's what they mean when they say I'm a strict constitutionalist. When liberals say we think it's a living document, conservatives get pissed. So they can't even make that argument. Fundamentally, it says that, we're not going to make any law respecting an
TJ,
establishment
if you have
of
no
religion.
problem with this, why don't you go move to Saudi Arabia?
Maybe
Why don't
I
you just head
will.
on down to Saudi Arabia?
Maybe I
TJ?
will. Maybe I will.
You like the freedoms they have there, TJ?
I mean, there's certain freedoms you can get in Saudi Arabia you can't get here. Like you
are a globalist
here.
elitist.
You don't have the
TJ.
freedom to.
You're
put
a
bag over
vampire
your woman
on
and,
Western civilization. Why don't you go drink some soy?
A man has a right to
Go
slap
drink
a
some
bitch,
fucking
dude.
soy.
Yeah,
Go drink soy, TJ.
soy.
No, dude, this like constant state of cultural clash that we're in modern society is what's tearing it up. Like, that's why we're dying. Like, we just need to embrace the fact that, especially like this Muslim immigration thing, you know why it's happening? Because the Western world keeps breaking its dick off in the Middle East and creating instability that people are fleeing and looking for a new place to be. Maybe if we stop doing that, this immigration crisis would solve itself, and people would settle back
TJ.
down and rebuild their country.
Didn't know we had Noam
Sounds like
Chomsky on the
cuck
show
logic
here.
there, man.
Fucking liberal bullshit.
But even then, it's like we got to put up with it. I've always asked these like ethno-nationalist guys, especially the European ones, because they've been around longer on the scene, and it's just like, what's your solution? And you get a bunch of bullshit. It's like, oh, we need to restrict immigration. Oh, yeah, but they're not coming here legally already. So if you restrict immigration, they're still coming.
Build
So
the
what do you
wall,
do with them
Paul.
when they're here? Well, we need to tamp down on Islamic enrichment centers and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you're not giving me an answer.
Build a...
The only real answer is to become a true ethno-state, put up walls,
Yes.
and kick out everybody that's brown or dusky-hued. And nobody wants to advocate for that because it's the only real solution to the problem. So they just want to whine while it happens. Just shut up, suck it up, and deal with it.
Paul just wants the globalists to win, TJ.
No, I do. I am a globalist. I
Well,
have
we
a
know.
globalist
At least,
agenda.
if anything, Paul, at least you can admit you are a globalist and
Exactly.
you want to destroy
I think we'd
humanity.
be better off
You're
looking
a
at ourselves
satanic
as
terrorist,
one species that are the only friend we have on this tiny little ball of rock orbiting this obscure system, and one of the little spiral arms of this galaxy is us.
Paul. Allegedly.
Is us.
You don't even know, Paul. You don't even know.
Point at another friend we got. Because I ain't met one.
TJ, you disturbed by Paul's rhetoric here, too.
He's totally disturbed. Anyway,
He is encouraging massive Muslim integration to the West, dude.
I think we should just take over the whole world and enforce our American.
I'm fine with
edicts.
that,
Well,
but
Paul-
we need to do it now.
Hey, Paul, you know which way Mecca is? I guess you better find out.
East.
Because under your policies, Paul, you're going to be bound to it 5 times a day.
I'm fine with that. I'm already sucking the corporate dick more than 5 times a day. It's just another dick. I'm telling you guys, we could be something special, this species.
Hold on, dude. They got some sad news.
I can't believe this.
Bill Cosby says being declared a sexually violent predator will damage his reputation.
A little late to this one, Bill. You're literally the roofie
Bill,
cocktail guy now.
Are you sure about that, Bill?
What?
Forever.
Do you boys want some pudding pops? I mean, come on, Bill. You have no one's thought about like you that way for the last 5 years, dude.
You may be America's dad or whatever. At least you were at some point. But you
Remember
don't
that
get to-
time that your dad
Now you're
you don't get to
America's-
rape a bunch of people and
now
not
you're
be declared
America's
a violent
rapist,
predator.
buddy.
You're America's rapist dad.
Yeah. Hey, kids! I just wanted to roofie one of you.
The comedian, who is currently awaiting sentencing for rape, also argued in court documents that it would interfere with his relationship with his family.
Dude, is there any better way that we could have illustrated the bullshit behind all that optimism that happened in the 80s and 90s and all that family-friendly nonsense than for Bill Cosby to be a total rapist?
Dude, I know, man.
Like a serial rapist, the most clean-cut, sweater vest-wearing motherfucker in the world that every kid looked up to as a second dad on this fake-ass show where family problems were solved over the course of a 3-minute conversation turns out to not only be a criminal, but a fucking serial rapist.
You know what's fucked
And
up,
probably
dude,
one of the worst ever.
is Michael Jackson got a rap for being like he touched little boys and all this shit, and he probably didn't. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it turns out
And
most
Bill
of that shit
fucking
was
Cosby.
bullshit.
Bill Cosby was everyone's fucking like, they're fucking dead. You know, like, I'm going to give you some wisdom, a nugget of wisdom. Everything's going to feel better. And he fucking pitched you all these great products like Puddin' Pops, dude. They're fucking delicious, dude.
And
Fucking
putting his name on something made it wholesome and good.
He's
It
a
was.
wholesome
he was
comic.
he was literally
He was up there like Mr.
wholesomeness.
Rogers.
He's
and
one of
shit,
the
dude.
clean comics.
He was a wholesome comic. He never cussed in his comedy. Didn't start blue and turn clean.
And he was a fucking massive rapist, dude.
And he was a total rapist. Like
America's
a
fucking dad is
serial
now
rapist.
America's
Dude,
fucking
maybe
rapist.
that was Bill Cosby's greatest joke of all. You know?
I was a nice guy.
Well, actually, I'm a raping and a paping. You know, it's like,
You say raping and a vaping?
I said paping because
Oh.
he would rhyme gibberish and whatever. Bill Cosby is arguing against a court declaring him a sexually violent predator before he is
give it up,
sentenced
Bill.
for rape, saying it would damage his reputation and interfere with his family life.
Give it up.
Cosby's defense team filed the motion Monday in Pennsylvania, arguing that declaring the 81-year-old comedian a violent predator would infringe on his
it's
state
pointless.
constitutional right that protect one's reputation.
Oh, so then anybody could make that argument.
Yeah.
A dude that literally like makes a career out of raping toddlers for a living could be like, hey, you know, being labeled a child predator is really gonna fuck my reputation.
that's gonna fuck my reputation
and my
right
family
on
life.
up. Everything's gonna be gone.
Bullshit, Bill. Suck it up, man, you old codger. The saddest thing about Bill Cosby is that he got away with it for so long, and it wasn't until he was an old blind bat that can only half understand what's going on that he has to suffer any of the consequences for his actions.
Cosby already faces the possibility of spending the rest of his life behind bars if he is given the maximum sentence of 30 years. I don't think
They could give this guy a 1-day sentence and that could be true.
Yeah, I mean, he's
He's
pretty old.
any day now.
But if declared a predator by the court, Cosby would be required to register for life with the Pennsylvania State Police, attend sex offender counseling for the rest of his life, and be subject to community notification if he's ever released.
Duh.
Cosby's team also argued that the designation would severely interfere with his relationship with his children and grandchildren, an excessive outcome considering no misconduct.
No
regarding
children should be
has ever
around
been
him.
alleged.
He's a fucking violent rapist who drugs people and rapes them in their sleep.
The jury for Cosby's first rape trial last year was unable to reach a verdict. However, for his retrial, the jury of 7 men and 5 women voted after about 14 hours of deliberation to convict on 3
Which is
counts of
actually an
sexual assault.
extraordinarily short deliberation for such a complex trial. So the people in that jury really didn't have any reservations about.
They were like, yeah, he raped him. All right.
They pretty much covered the shit that they covered, made sure that they weren't missing anything that would lead to some conspiracy, and went, yep, he's guilty. It's about how long it takes a jury to do that.
Pennsylvania grand jury says church had a playbook for concealing the truth.
Dude.
You know what? Check every goddamn church on every street corner in this country because they all have the same goddamn playbook.
Avoid scandal, use euphemisms, ask inadequate questions, lock complaints away in a secret archive. Above all, don't tell the police.
Wow.
These are some of the tactics that
Sounds like
the
politics.
leaders of the Roman Catholic Church in Pennsylvania used to conceal child sexual abuse by priests over a period of 70
The
years.
Roman Catholic Church had people abusing and molesting children?
And concealed it.
What?
It's like a playbook for concealing the truth, said the grand jury, whose investigation identified more than 1,000 sexual abuse victims in 6
Well, God, I
Catholic
guess
dioceses
Bill
in
Cosby ain't got
Pennsylvania.
shit on the Catholic Church, huh?
I mean, maybe. We don't know.
Special agents from the FBI's National Center for the Analysis of Violent Crime reviewed evidence collected by the grand jury, the report said, and identified a series of practices that were regularly used by the 6 dioceses to cover
This
up
is a massive.
reports of abuse. This is
This is a massive conspiracy, dude.
This
You know
goes
what?
so far beyond just, some bad priests molesting kids. This is like the Catholic Church has
It's a
an
pedophile
official
ring.
playbook of how to deal with these accusations when they come up.
The funny thing about this scandal is it's the scandal that never stops breaking.
Yeah, I know,
because
it's constant.
It's like back in the 70s, there was a big breaking news story about this. Recently, a movie was made about it. What was that called again? Spotlight, yeah. Where they uncovered systematic abuse that went all the way up, showing how they concealed victims and how they fucking moved these
that
priests
movie,
around.
those assholes and all those people that support them did everything in their power to stop that.
And
from
people
being
got
coming
all
out.
offended by it, and it was like rabble for 2 weeks, and then they moved on to something else, and the Catholic Church just kept doing it. And so now it's breaking again, and we're all supposed to get rabble for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it broke fucking 10 years ago. It broke 10 years before that.
It's ongoing in Europe. These happen like weekly in Europe. There's a new sex abuse scandal that breaks over there.
From the
so it's just
Catholic
like an
Church.
ongoing thing that everybody just kind of ignored. Well, there's still religious Christian people thing, so whatever. Fuck this church. I was advocating years ago for dismantling this piece of shit.
Oh, totally, dude.
It's no longer a religion when part of your religion is concealing child sex abuse. Now you're a pedophile ring, and you need to be federally dismantled.
Virtually all of them have engaged in this, and moved priests to other dioceses.
You're not going to find a major diocese in this country that doesn't have the stain of this on it.
Probably in the fucking world, dude.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for the world, but yeah, seeing what's coming out of Europe, it looks like the world.
I mean, it is just kind of like insane to think.
More than 1,000 sexual abuse victims.
Yeah, and I mean,
dude.
like this, the entire church, dude. The entire church
protects these fucks, dude.
It's not only protecting them; it's almost like it just exists for them to do that. Like, it just seems like the Catholic Church is just a child sex ring with the veneer of religion kind of like smattered over it.
At least maybe in its current incarnation. I mean,
Penn,
Catholics used to fuck women, you know what I mean? Now I guess they want to fuck little boys, so I don't know.
They were fucking little boys back in the day, too.
Well, I'm sure they were, but I think it was more of a mixture.
Penn Jillette on Trump during Celebrity Apprentice.
Trust me, the first altar boy that ever existed got fucked.
You're right about that.
Penn Jillette on Trump during Celebrity Apprentice. He would say racially insensitive things. Now, this is because there have been a lot of speculation about these apprentice tapes. People have talked about having them. People have talked about finding them. Tom Arnold has talked about having them, finding them, whatever the hell, and made some news that way. Nothing's ever come of it.
I think they already said, like, NBC or whatever network it was on, already said they weren't going to release it.
And we've seen, too, that Trump had a pattern of squashing these things, purchasing these things, locking them away, purchasing the production and distribution rights to these things so that nobody else could put them out.
I mean, he was fucking smart about it, at least, I guess.
Well, but I mean, like, I think that these tapes definitely exist.
Well, Penn Jillette is the latest person to come forward and say that, yeah, I think those tapes probably do exist.
What do you have to say?
He was on The Apprentice. He says, and by the way, he's not a liberal or anything. He's not like, I mean,
he's a libertarian, right?
He's a staunch libertarian, but a very staunch libertarian conservative guy for many years. So you can't really say there's too much of a reason for bias there. Anyway, in an interview with Vulture, the magician said that Trump, then a real estate mogul, would say racially insensitive things that made me uncomfortable. I don't think he ever said anything in the room like African Americans are inferior or anything about rape or grabbing women. But those 2 hours every other day in a room with him, every 10 minutes was fingernails on chalkboard. He would ask one cast member if he'd rather have sex with this woman or that woman. Then he would... there have long been rumors of the existence of outtakes from the reality franchise in which Trump can allegedly be heard uttering the N-word. Former Apprentice star turned executive branch staffer Omarosa Manigault Newman revived the allegations in Unhinged, her new tell-all memoir about her time inside the Trump White House.
As much as I love all the drama that's circling right now about this woman, we need to remember that she
has a financial motive.
Not only that, but like she's claiming that she always knew he was a big old racist and blah 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 blah. But she's been his like a leech on his nutsack for so long she can't even remember what it's like to go buy a meal that isn't on Donald Trump's dime.
Dude.
So she's really late to fucking morality here.
Well, also she has no credibility. She has no credibility with liberals. She has no credibility.
She's shopping
with
around this
conservatives.
"I'm a black woman" thing, and I'm doing
it's
the
popular
right
now.
thing.
She's full of
but
shit.
really, she's got to account for all the years that she because what she's alleging is The
She knew
entire
about it
time
for
she's
years.
known him, he's throwing around nigger, and he's doing this, and he hates black people, and he treats women like shit. Then what the fuck did you do working for him for the last fucking 15 years, Omarosa?
I don't know. Anyway, Gillette's kind of spotty on the details. He said, if Donald Trump had not become president, I would tell you all the stories, but the stakes are now high, and I am an unreliable narrator.
Oh, God.
So I can emotionally tell you things that happened racially, sexually, and showed stupidity and lack
I mean,
of
that sounds
compassion.
like, just a lot of nothing. I mean, Penn Jillette should just come out with the information saying, "Oh, Trump's president." I mean,
Yeah, I mean, this just sounds like, because
Hey,
like,
pay
if he
attention to
said
me.
something that was racially insensitive, just say what he said.
yeah.
But he's an unreliable narrator.
You know, if he said something stupid, say it.
Rudy Giuliani claims facts are in the eye of the beholder, calls Trump the most honest president in history, kind of proving the point of the first sentence, you know. 'Cause
I'm glad
yeah.
that finally on this show, TJ, we're addressing the biggest issue in the world, which is the endless lies that pour forth from the sewer-like gob of Rudolph Giuliani. This man lies more than any human being on the planet. Pathological liars that have constructed entire false realities for their friends about where they come from don't have a candle to Rudolph Giuliani.
Isn't that what he's doing already?
This motherfucker has built a career on lying his fucking ass off. And you gotta, like, in your free time,
yeah.
if you're bored, go watch one of these interviews that he's doing on this press tour where he goes on CNN and sits with Chris Cuomo or whatever the fuck. Just watch one. It's 20 minutes worth of Rudy Giuliani's id. It's insane, the shit that he's saying. The guy's gone off his fucking nut.
Dude,
I don't know why they're letting him in front of people. He's just making the case against Trump every day.
Dude, I know why. Because you know what? He's so out of it, and you can just tell he's just so all over the place. Like I think Trump had to hire someone that's more out there than he is.
President Donald Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, said Tuesday that in the modern era, facts are in the eye of the beholder. In a back-and-forth exchange...
he's not wrong.
Yeah, I agree with him. Giuliani and Chris Cuomo on CNN's Cuomo Primetime, the former mayor of New York City called Trump one of the most honest presidents in history. If fact counting is anything, we've never had anybody with the level of mendacity that he has. Cuomo quickly responded, likely alluding to the over 4,000 false or misleading claims that Trump has made, according to the Washington Post.
4,000
since taking office.
Oh, yeah, the Washington Post and several other papers have a dude whose job it is to fact check every word that comes out of the Trump White House that they could append to him and fact check it. And they're keeping a running count of the false or misleading statements. 4,000 times since he took office.
They were about 2 years in, and there's over 4,000.
Well, here's what Rudy Giuliani said in response. It's in the eye of the beholder, Giuliani said. When Cuomo tried to respond with factual statements that are not in the eye of the beholder, the attorney answered with, nowadays they are.
Well, he's right about that, too.
Yeah,
That's not a good defense, but he's right.
Yeah, I mean,
People are stupid and they'll believe whatever you tell them these days. That's basically a translation of that, which is not a good defense for your client.
So yeah, and then they just kind of go into the Omarosa shit after that.
Because, he's right. The general public is stupid. And if you tell them something, there's going to be a subset of it that goes, yupper, that's what reality is. Because it's easier than actually opening a fucking book.
Well,
But you know what? The people that are in charge of investigating shit, they're not those types of people. They look at the actual facts. They're not nebulous to those people.
Well, the part of the Trump strategy is to discredit the media entirely. So it's
Right.
kind of just like saying, like, look, you guys are full of shit. We all know you're full of shit, and no one believes you. Because I mean, like a large portion of Trump's fan base and political support base have bought into the narrative. Look, the news is lying to you. If they say something bad about me, it's just full of shit. Now look at all these good numbers. Like look at this great story. Like unemployment's down. They talk about that. No, they're not talking about the good things. They're only talking about the bad. They're
the
just out
problem
to get us.
The problem isn't really in my mind that they distrust the media. The problem in my mind is that the standard they set for what is actually true is what do I like? What pleases me psychologically to believe?
Isn't that most people to some degree?
What my problem lies with just the end result of all this, which is we no longer have anybody that we can trust. We can't trust anything that comes out of the mouth of a politician. I've known that for a long time. And now
You can trust Mundane Matt, though.
we've reached a point where we can't trust anything that comes out of the mouth of our fourth estate, our news media. They lie. So Trump is right when he says fake news. He's right. Turn on CNN right now and see what they're covering. I bet it's bullshit. That's fake
Well,
news.
remember-
They're filling time.
Well, Paul, remember when all that Milo shit went down? I mean, like, having done the show, we had an insider, like the insider's perspective on it. And it was like the way they handled all the coverage and stuff was just totally dishonest.
I was taken, dude. My brush with national news coverage was being taken totally out of context in order to ruin the career of a person.
Yeah.
Thanks, news media. Wow, way to do your due diligence.
Woman dies after using parsley to induce miscarriage. First death since Argentina Senate rejected abortion bill. I don't know how exactly. I didn't know you could use parsley to induce a miscarriage, and I didn't know you could be killed by it. So let's see what's going on. A woman
it
has
tastes
died in
bad, but
Argentina after attempting to induce a miscarriage at home using parsley. Her death is believed to be the first as a result of an illegal termination since the country's Senate rejected a bill to legalize abortion at up to 14 weeks. The woman, a mother of two named Elizabeth, was taken to the hospital in Buenos Aires on Sunday suffering from septic shock and infection. Though her uterus was removed, medical staffers were unable to save her, Argentine newspaper Clarín reported. According to estimates, more than 354,000 illegal abortions occur each year in Argentina, resulting in more than 70,000 hospitalizations. The Telesur television network said backers of the defeated Pregnancy Voluntary Interruption Bill hoped the legislation would reduce the number of associated deaths. The law would have allowed girls as young as 13 to end a pregnancy for any reason within the first 14 weeks and within 5 days of the mother's request. But it failed, and
This is a little peek at Republicans' view for America.
yeah, this
If
is what
they
they
get
want for
to
us.
ban abortion, we'll have news stories like this, but it won't be in Venezuela or Argentina. It'll be right here, and
Yeah.
it'll be woman dies trying to cut baby out of herself.
And we're
Woman
a much-
dies in back alley
And we're a
abortion,
much
the
bigger
1000th
country.
this month
So it'll be
nationwide.
millions. It'll be millions of people.
Woman dies trying to do home brew cocktail of
So
herbs
it's-
and roots that is supposed to induce abortions.
It's illegal here, and it says how many abortions they have each year? Illegal ones, 354,000.
So imagine,
And 70,000 hospitalizations.
Dude, in this country,
so that
that
means
would-
a huge amount of these are botched.
oh, absolutely.
Huge
dude.
preponderance of these back alley abortions are
mean,
botched, but
and-
people still do them because they don't want the fucking
Right.
kid.
Sometimes the ones that are botched, they're not botched in a way that ends up in a life-threatening way for the mother, so it just goes unnoticed. But women are sterilized, have their genitals mutilated during these things, have their uteruses punctured and shit. Things that can just like be constant, ongoing medical problems for the woman, but she doesn't die from them, so
So it doesn't get the press
yep,
coverage.
just got an abortion. It's fucked. This is why like articles like this need to be thrown in the face of all of these stupid pro-life retards standing on street corners with aborted fetus signs and shit. Account for this. This is the world that you're arguing for.
Yeah.
A world where
Tell me why
women
it's
and
better.
young girls go to back alley fucking witch doctors to have babies ripped out of them in unsanitary conditions
but you know what they're gonna
and
say,
die
Paul?
from it.
You know what they're going to say? They just shouldn't do it. They should have the baby.
They're not gonna. Look what happens in
Nope.
places where abortion is illegal. 350,000 illegal abortions a year.
Yeah, but like TJ was just saying a minute ago, they're not looking for facts. They're not looking for evidence. They're looking to what they agree with. And their personal morality is they don't want that to happen. So they don't give a shit, Paul. They don't give a shit. if 70,000
until they
people
find
are
out that
hospitalized.
their kid, the baby in their wife's womb has Down syndrome or something.
Yeah,
Then it's
or
like,
that
oh,
their
shit.
daughter comes home with a half black baby in the oven.
Time for the abortion.
Well,
Yep, get her down
I
to the
changed
clinic.
my philosophy for a minute.
I done revised my abortion policy.
Well, you guys will be glad to know that a scant 11 months after the hurricane that took out much of Puerto Rico's power, it's back.
Hey!
Hooray! Hope another storm doesn't hit.
They didn't go over the 12 months.
Just in time for the next hurricane season. That's awesome. Puerto Rico officials say all of Island has power again.
Puerto Rico!
It only took you a year, Puerto Rico.
Well, in their defense, they are a territory of the United States and probably should have had way more help.
Nah.
But whatever.
Why would we help something that's ours? Just
You know
because they're
what?
technically U.S.
They
citizens,
should
we're
have
supposed to
thought
help
about
them?
that before they decide not to become a state.
Yeah, that's true. Stupid fucks.
I mean, there wouldn't have been much better if they were a state, let's be honest.
Yeah, they're like the West Virginia.
They're going to be a poor-ass state.
West
They're going to be like
Virginia.
the island Michigan if they become a state.
Oh, mother of transgender Achilles schools 7th grader shares struggles following threats. And you'd think these threats were coming from students, but no.
Whoa.
Several law enforcement agencies have stepped in after parents made threats to harm a 12-year-old Achilles public school student on social media last week. 12-year-old Achilles School's transgender student Maddie's mother, Brandy Rose, says her family moved to Achilles from Sherman when Maddie was in 5th grade. She's been living as a female for years. She started at Achilles as Maddie, Rosie said. We had no problem when we first started. Trouble started when Maddie was accused by another student peeping under a bathroom stall. My daughter leans very far forward to use the bathroom, Rose explained. I can understand why someone seeing her lean forward would think, oh my gosh, she's trying to look under.
The tuck principle.
Maddie didn't get in any trouble, but started using the staff bathroom and has been doing that for the past 2 years. That is until the first day of school, Wednesday, in the middle school they reopened. She hadn't been told where the staff bathroom was before she was able to be told she had to pee, so she used the girls' bathroom one single time. One parent found out
Pipe and Tom.
and took to a private Achilles Facebook group to complain. That's when the threat started. Adults called Maddie by it and thing. Some said she should be stabbed or beaten up. One even suggested it was open hunting season for transgender
Oh, these
people.
people are despicable, dude.
That's a
This
threat
is just
against her life.
The
That's
most
scary, Rose
backwards
said.
shit that I've ever heard. I would expect
You're
that something like
threatening a
this would come
child.
out of like one of these pre-industrial third world shitholes. The fact that this is happening
It's
in
sickening,
America
dude.
at this time, like, is fucking just sick. It's like wrong. Like it's so.
I mean, we're
it's so-
talking-
This is so much
You know what?
compounded
If
by
these
the fact
people-
that
if
it's
these
a kid.
people
I mean, you're
believe this
talking
shit-
about adults.
No, if these people
saying
believe
they
this
want to
shit,
stab
I would
a
love for them to
fucking
go
12-year-old.
Go in front of a large group of fucking people. Go to a fucking crowd and go tell this fucking kid the same shit, dude. You wouldn't. You're a fucking pussy on the internet on a fucking power trip. Stab this thing. Fuck you. It's a human life. That's disgusting.
They're
What's
just
wrong with
surfing
these
for
fucking
likes,
people?
dude. They're just surfing
Fuck
for
these
likes.
fucking people, dude. It's so
It's
disgusting.
opening hunting
They don't even think
season
about
on
people
the
as people anymore.
trannies. We got to kill us the trannies.
There's so many just groups of people that are treated
I don't
like
care
trash.
what you fucking think about
I
that.
mean,
That's
whatever
someone's
your
life.
yeah, like whatever your position is on the whole transgender
You can think that's wrong and
issue
disgusting
or
or
whatever.
whatever.
There's no excuse for like it's open hunting season.
There's no excuse
Stab
to have
'em,
a position
kill 'em,
that
burn 'em.
that includes shit like that.
A spouse's violence against children, dude. It's just
I mean,
what is wrong
anybody.
with
This
you?
is
well,
children
no, I mean, yeah,
especially,
but
I
I mean,
get it.
These
especially. Well, I mean, children and elderly people are a lot more vulnerable. This is someone who's like fucking what, 7 or 8 years? How old are they?
12.
Yeah.
12 years old.
Just a kid.
This
mean-
is adults threatening to kill a kid
I mean, at least you can understand if a
and
10-year-old
thinking that they're the moral
this-
ones
and
the
thinking
whole
that
time.
some kid who's already struggling with bullying and shit is being a peeping Tom by using the restroom that they identify with. It's
and
just
normally uses
retarded.
the staff bathroom.
There's no fucking evidence to show that transgender people use the fucking wrong gender bathroom so that they can peep at pussies.
Oh, dude, you know what? I've been to plenty of Target bathrooms, you know, and every time I'm glad I'm an adult male, Paul, because those fucking people, those trannies are in there just trying to catch a fucking. Hey, can I got a kid there with you? No, I got a kid. Oh, well, can I see your dick at least? You know, fuck these people, dude.
There's no evidence, dude.
So not scared. Russian teen charged under gay propaganda law says he'll keep protesting. This is Maxim Neverov, 16, was asked in late July to go to the police station in his hometown, Bisk, something, Bisk, a small city near Russia's southern border, accompanied by his father. Neverov eventually discovered he was called and subsequently detained because of images he had saved to a photo album on the Russian social media platform something.
What a bad name.
I know, right?
Vakonklikami.
Then on August 7th, 2 weeks after he was detained, Neverov became the first minor charged under Russia's so-called gay propaganda law. The photos showed guys hugging. I didn't publish them, just saved them in an album, Neverov told NBC News this week in an email. One of the photos just said, "Love is better than fucking." I saved them and forgot about them, just as tens of thousands of teenagers do all across Russia. Neverov said he deleted the images from his account after he was detained. He also said he did not admit guilt during his detainment, referring to an article in Russian law that prevents someone from testifying against himself. I never thought they would charge me according to this, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, Russia's gay propaganda law passed in 2013 by the Russian legislature makes any act or event that authorities deem to promote homosexuality to minors illegal and punishable by a fine. Neverov was fined 50,000 rubles, which is $736, more than an average monthly salary in Russia. Since its inception, the legislation has been used to prevent gay pride parades and detain LGBTQ activists and so on and so forth.
Makes sense. Good on you, Russia.
But I guess this kid's like, I'm still going to do it.
Anti-gay propaganda law.
Well, he'll end up in a gulag somewhere. We'll never hear about it.
He probably will.
Oh yeah, you on your social media account. I'm glad that's the most pressing problem in Russia is this guy's fucking photo albums on his social media accounts.
Never mind the fact that the country's riddled with corruption and crime.
Never mind the fact that $736 a fucking month is
no. Somebody's sitting
above
at the
the
fucking
average Russian salary.
Somebody's sitting down at the bureau looking through this kid's. We must look through his social media and make sure he is not posting. Oh, look, a gay flag. Bring him in. You got other problems, Russia.
50,000 rubles.
Might want to clean up your backyard before you start trying to spruce up your front yard. You get my drift.
You can't avoid him, Paul. I'm sorry. Trump signals he may ignore Russia provisions in defense bill he just signed.
What?
Yeah. U.S. President Donald Trump said in a statement he reserves the right to ignore the defense authorization law's ban on U.S. recognition of Russian sovereignty over Crimea. Among 50 other provisions, he says tread on his authority as president.
So this is a new thing. This isn't even a signing statement where he sends the bill back with an appended thing that he says, add this and I'll sign it.
Yeah, that's just like, I'm going to sign it, but I'm not going to follow it.
I'm signing it, but take backsies if I want.
It's probably because he didn't read the fucking bill. It's like... I signed this defense bill to keep America strong.
This is a
safe.
new expansion of power in the presidency.
I mean, it was a signing statement, though. It was it said Trump issued a 15-page signing statement Monday
at least
to accompany the 2019 National Defense Authorization Act that voiced his constitutional concerns with an array of language, including limits on U.S. support to the Saudi campaign in Yemen, limits on transfers of Guantanamo Bay detainees, limits on withdrawing U.S. forces from South Korea, and enhanced reporting of civilian casualties. Trump was also concerned with provisions limiting his ability to retire joint surveillance target attack radar system aircraft and to retire intercontinental ballistic missiles and so on and so forth. So if he has this many problems, why even sign the fucking thing?
That sounds like a lot of the major provisions of the fucking bill.
If you got 15 pages of complaints, I mean, what the fuck good is it?
Send it back.
Here's the reality about, we all know the reason why. Because
it's easier to pass it and ignore it.
Yeah, exactly. It's much fucking easier to say, hey, I don't agree with this. And you know what's going to happen? Trump's just going to fucking do whatever the fuck he wants.
Because everybody gets to go home and crow about the defense spending bill that they helped with and
how
tough it is on
Paul,
Russia.
We pretty much set a precedent. Unless you're another really strong country with a robust military, you're just fucking fair game in the world. Let's just be honest.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know that.
I mean,
you know how many people don't know that?
Tons.
Like, don't know that, like, we got the bombs? Like Dennis Leary, the ripoff artist that he is, said famously.
Yeah,
we got the bombs. Like, I talk about that shit a lot on
about
ideology.
Russia too, though.
I spin into this kind of ultra nationalistic, ultra USA character that I do, but like, there's a lot of truth behind it in terms of just our projection of might. Like, we're top dog right now. China's creeping while we're sleeping and might be able to field more troops than us, and it might not be that way for long. But as it stands right now, you don't hairlip the United States because you get fucked up. You blow up one of our boats, we're going to turn whole swaths of your country into a parking lot. You'll never do it again. You know what I mean? That's just how it stands. People don't admit that.
Yeah, but we signed this bill, so we're safe. The next 5 years will be anomalously warm, scientists predict.
I haven't heard this story before every fucking day of my life for the last 20 years.
The past 4 years have been the 4 warmest ever recorded.
I haven't heard that for the last 20 years either.
We're going to be
How long are we going to listen to people telling us the last 5 years have been the warmest on record? And then 5 years later, the last 5 years of the warmest on record. It's like, when are we going to wake up?
Dude,
got a problem.
You know what I love? I mean, you've talked
Not
about
until the. I mean, maybe. I mean, I was about to say not until the planet's literally on fire.
Well, dude.
But then I remembered California, and I'm like, not even then.
Not even then.
literally, like me and TJ have fucking. We grew up in southern Louisiana, an area that's one of the most threatened areas in the world by climate change, and it's a whole bunch of conservative fucks. And it's like, shouldn't we change something? Shouldn't we do some things different? It's like,
Dude.
and Paul, I've looked at the projections. What
Nolan's
scientists
gonna be
think
underwater in 15
conservatively.
years.
Yeah, by like 2050, southern Louisiana is gone.
Gone.
It's like the area. It's like to like the North Shore.
Yeah, I believe it. I know for a fact that like 15, 20, 25, maybe even 30, if they're lucky, years down the line, Nolans is gone. It's underwater.
Yeah, the vast majority of southern Louisiana, besides maybe a few
And that's
little
not even
points.
counting all the storms that are aimed right at us that are because of this shit too. What does a warm ocean create, TJ?
Hurricane.
Oh!
More powerful hurricanes.
Where
as well.
are hurricanes hitting the United States a whole lot? Right in the Gulf.
Yep.
We're
Florida,
fucked.
Texas, Louisiana, that area, Mississippi,
Yeah. Also,
Mexico.
gets hit a lot. What is it? The Eastern Seaboard can be threatened too.
But I
Like
mean,
you know what? Now,
Louisiana,
the
though,
cool
we're,
thing-
we're ultra fucked because we're like a tiny little clit
You know
just
the-
hanging out by itself in the middle of the Gulf, like, hey, here I am.
Remember
come,
me?
come along and fucking wipe me away with God's wrath, you know?
You know what's crazy too now is that now the East Coast has to worry about that shit. Because remember, it was only a few years ago that New York got hit by that big hurricane.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not just us. I'm just saying, like, that, the weather concerns. Like, look at all the typhoons and shit that have hit.
Yeah,
all the
Japan,
stories.
China.
You hear these stories, yeah, some fucking
And meanwhile,
island just
like we
leveled.
said, California is so dry that they just had the biggest wildfire that in recorded history, right? And now they're having an even bigger one.
That the holy fire is now the biggest.
Right.
So the one that was the biggest in history just got contained and is still burning, by the way, but it's contained now. And the holy fire got started, and now it's the biggest in California history, and it's
Yeah,
not
so
contained.
the West Coast is burning. The East Coast is now susceptible to hurricanes. We're about to fucking sink. Everything's going just swimmingly on planet Earth.
Yep.
As
Just
in
swimmingly,
learn to swim,
yeah.
motherfuckers.
Arizona Bay, dude.
Go listen to, Bill Hicks or Tool. Crypto market crash prompts suicide concerns. The cryptocurrency market is seeing angry shades of red this week. On Tuesday, the 20 largest cryptocurrencies by market cap all fell by 4 to 10%, with Ether, token of the smart contracts platform Ethereum, taking the biggest hit, down to about $250. Its lowest price of 2018. Ether was at about $1,200 in January.
Damn.
You know what'll be beautiful too?
By Wednesday morning, coins were rallying slightly, but volume remained low, a possible sign that the coins have still not seen the worst of this correction.
Dude, what's gonna happen with these things? It always happens with this shit. Like, I remember when Bitcoin at one point, when it was like $30, shot up to like $1,500, and people were like, I'm gonna be rich, and a bunch of people sold, and it went down for years and years and years. Like, dude, it just takes like a couple of years. All the suckers are gonna come back and they go, I'm gonna get rich with cryptocurrency, and a bunch of people will, but a lot of people are gonna be like this. They're gonna be left holding the fucking bag. They're gonna invest their life savings, like, I'm gonna buy 100,000 in Bitcoin, and that's gonna turn into $10 million, and I'm gonna be fucking set for life. And it's like,
eventually the party's over for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, though, and everybody's going to be left holding their.
I don't think all cryptocurrency as an application will go away, but the vast majority of it, yeah.
As soon as the U.S. government says we can no longer trade in it, it's gone, and that's going to happen.
Well, it'll be. It's
gonna happen.
Cryptocurrency will at some point be regulated, and some will exist. I'm not sure about Bitcoin. You may be right. All these current ones may be gone.
Well, cryptocurrency. There's going to be a cryptocurrency regulation bill that comes through,
Oh yeah, that's
and when
undoubtedly
that
gonna happen.
happens, it's dead. It just becomes another way to pay that's linked to the dollar.
It's like it's like a
You
pseudo
can
dollar.
use your Bitcoin card instead of cash, and it all goes to the same place now because the government's got its finger in it. It's over. Like everybody that owns a bunch of this shit that's built like this giant, they're gonna, if they don't get out of it at some point, they're gonna be left
Yeah,
holding their dicks.
just sell it all. Take your fucking fiat currency and just keep going with that, dude. Whatever fiat currency.
So
you
this
want.
kid's pretty badass. 6-year-old spends $350 on toys using mom's Amazon account. Now she's paying it forward. I don't know about that paying it forward shit. I just like the fucking kid stealing her mom's money.
Yeah, smart kid.
A Utah girl's sneaky shopping spree is gaining widespread attention online after her cousin shared the story on Twitter. Ria Diallo tweeted a photo of her 6-year-old cousin, Caitlin, standing on the sidewalk with several Amazon boxes that were just dropped off by a delivery man. Caitlin looks very pleased with the huge delivery, but her parents were not. My badass,
no shit.
My badass little cousin ordered $300 worth of toys without my aunt and uncle knowing. This is a picture of how everyone found out. It's fucking...
You know what it's called? I guarantee these motherfucking parents have a smartphone. You set notifications for Amazon to your phone. So you know what, if your kid starts ordering a bunch of shit, you're going to get about 10 notifications of, oh shit, this is not supposed to be happening, fraud or whatever.
I mean, people don't do that shit though. She was just over real quick and she was like, hey, can I check the date when my Barbie doll's going to come? They're
Dude,
like, sure, honey, here you go.
No way would I let any fucking kid have access to my Amazon
So I guess
account.
they're donating it to a children's hospital or something.
Well, I
That's
guess
cute.
something good came of it. Cool.
So whatever.
That's cute, but whatever.
said
That
they're like-
kid's going to be something someday though.
You know what
Yeah.
happens a lot too?
That
Is
kid
already
is
out on the hustle.
industrious.
is
dude.
kids get access to their parents' iTunes or Google Play accounts, dude, and then
Oh,
they go,
yeah, and then they go on one of them apps.
they
that
go play
has
Candy
the-
Crush, and
yeah.
they're like, "Want to win faster? Buy coins."
Oh yeah.
But
I tweeted
that's
about
if she
this.
doesn't die of measles first, because at least 107 measles cases confirmed across 21 states.
Isn't there a vaccine for that though?
Nah.
Yeah, man, I wish there was some kind of cure.
I wish there was
The
some
MMR
kind of
prevent
MMR
measles.
vaccine that you could take. Measles, mumps, rubella, all these crazy diseases that you
Oh,
could take
yeah.
early on in
I
life.
guess they stopped doing that or whatever. Oh wait, no, they found it caused autism.
Yeah,
right.
autism. Yeah.
The great scientist Jenny McCarthy actually discovered that vaccines cause autism. So
Oh,
a
I
lot of
remember
people were like, "Well, if Jenny
Well,
McCarthy,
dude,
who's practically the Einstein of
I,
our
I
age,
often look at like models
Yeah.
with big tits that basically are known for being airheads. Like that's often who I go for
That's
medical
where I
advice.
look too. Yeah.
yeah, and like, look, if Jenny
Well,
McCarthy,
she's a mother though, so you
I'm a
automatically
mother.
have to.
if
take
Jenny
her.
McCarthy came along and is like, I got some fucking information for you guys about big old titties or sucking dick or whatever, I'd be like, she probably knows what she's talking about. Yeah.
dude.
But vaccines?
No.
And by the way, her kid didn't even have autism, it turned out. He had something else. So after years of her going around convincing people not to vaccinate their
Autism.
kids because it causes autism, she found out her kid didn't even have fucking autism.
Yeah,
What a cunt.
dude. This is kind of a tangent, but I hate this like new status that motherhood has in our culture. I mean, it's always been something that people revered. I'm not talking about revering your own mother.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when a woman shits a kid out of her snatch.
Yeah.
We're instantly supposed to go, oh, she's got wisdom now.
Oh, she's wild.
Look at her fuck trophy.
Look,
She
dude,
knows.
every woman that shits a kid out of her snatch should be respected, and you should listen to them because they know what they're talking about. It's like, no. You just did something a fruit fly can do. Congratulations. You fucked and shat a kid out of your snatch. Like, no, there's no respect
It's basic
automatically
biology,
conferred to
dude.
anybody for anything.
You fulfilled one of your biological imperatives. Congratulations. That doesn't give you
How
some
come the
special
dude
wisdom.
doesn't get the reverence?
yeah,
Like,
I blew a big load.
I blew
in
a
her
load in
snatch.
that bitch's pussy.
Oh, you know too,
Yeah.
dude. Dude,
I'm
you know.
wise,
Yeah. I got the wisdom, man. I blew a load.
That load turned into a kid. That proves my
Yeah.
my greatness.
I just hate this shit.
Unless your kid's a retard.
But-
That's how
yeah.
Jenny McCarthy made her bones, though. So it is tangentially related.
It is, and also, as stupid and as much as I hate Jenny McCarthy's stupid, rotten, evil guts, the people who actually listen to her are even worse.
Oh, they're dumber.
Dude, I got to tell you, I got a sister that doesn't vaccinate her children.
Garbage.
Stepsister. And,
God.
she posts this shit on Facebook, and I had to stop. One of the reasons I stopped using Facebook is because my little sister was posting this shit, like actively trying to encourage other people to be like her and not take their kids in for their shots. And now these news stories are happening. Mumps are back. Measles are back. California, every state has been touched by this. These diseases that were pretty much an afterthought, pretty much didn't happen in anywhere
Remember,
but like in migrant populations.
Dude, California had to pass new laws because of this, dude.
Oh yeah, it's retarded.
That all these people didn't want to happen either. Like, oh, now the pharmaceutical companies are gonna poison us. It's like, are you guys fucking kidding, dude?
So here we go. On January 1st through July 14th, the CDC recorded 107 measles patients.
Government propaganda.
Here's the states: Arkansas, California, Connecticut, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Michigan, Missouri, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Texas, Washington, and the District of Columbia.
No corner untouched.
So what's crazy about
That's
that
the whole
too,
fucking country
is-
right there.
Yeah, that's the vast majority of the country. But
I mean, that's not every state, but that's every
their
region.
population.
represented
At
and then
each big,
some.
like California and Texas, two biggest states by population.
Yeah, of course they're represented. Of course, California is one of the
But,
anti-vax capitals.
but I'm saying, but
so-
Texas is not an anti-vax capital, so you wouldn't think.
It is.
But obviously,
There's a lot of it
Yeah,
there.
but you know what? That's the interesting thing because places like Austin, other places, it is. It's a big thing, and even in conservatives, there's different ways of thinking about that conclusion or coming to that conclusion, but it's true.
Yeah, my little sister, the one that does this shit, staunch conservative. She gets this shit from the paranoid Alex Jones-esque wing of the conservative.
The thimerosal mercury that's going to enter your bloodstream.
The crazy thing
both
about the
ends are pushing it.
anti-vax issue, yeah, it's the crazy thing about the anti-vax thing is there's nuts on both sides
Yeah, that's true.
who are anti-vax. There's crazy liberal.
They're gonna
natural
mind control the
fibers nuts, and
population.
there's crazy naturalist, fucking whatever,
Do
conservative
you want to
guys.
put these foreign chemicals into your body or the bodies of your children?
There's mercury in this.
Mercury,
It's
they're
like-
trying to poison us. You
it's
know,
like, fuck, man.
so you can't escape this crazy.
No, it's trying to
TJ,
poison
this is
you,
gonna
all
lower-
the microbes and microorganisms and viruses out
Yeah.
there.
You know what's gonna
Measles
happen?
is trying to fucking
TJ.
poison you, bitch.
TJ, you gotta look at your gut, TJ. The biome in your gut, TJ. The gut affects so many things of you. Look, all these vaccines get into the mercury gets into your system, TJ. It destroys your biome, makes you a different person. It makes you grow man tits, TJ. If you were not vaccinated, you probably
wow.
wouldn't even have man tits right now, TJ. This
I
is an
had no
insane
idea.
thing that's going on. The globalist elite wants you to be vaccinated,
You'd
TJ.
have a
They
nice-
want to destroy your mind. They want to brainwash you and make you a fucking soy boy, estrogen-filled little piece of shit.
You'd have a nice set of pecs, TJ,
I wish,
but you'd be dying of fucking measles and mumps. So I don't know how's the trade-off.
It's
for
so
you?
weird. It's like a catch-22,
crazy.
dude. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, the trade-off sounds pretty good to me. I'm fine with man boobs if the alternative is laying in a
Measles?
fucking sick bed covered
Man
in
boobs
sores.
or measles. You got to make your
No
fucking
thanks.
choice. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. That's all the stories we have for today. Thank
Yeah.
you for the $10
Thanks,
patrons
guys.
for watching live. Thank
Yeah.
you to everyone on the channel who's not watching live. Remember to please consider becoming a patron of Pessimist Productions. Got a lot of big announcements coming your way on that over the next few months, so be sure to stay tuned.
I'd also like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Jesus.
And if you are a $10 patron, stay tuned right after this. Scotty and I are probably going to roll home, and then we'll jump on to Discord for a little
Yeah,
bit.
we
and
will be on
say
Discord
howdy.
shortly, a little bit after this show ends.
Howdy, autists.
Howdy,
We'll
autism.
see you fuckers later.
See ya.